Basic here on Ava's Casual Chat. Welcome back to the Arts Garage in Atlantic City. I'm so excited about our guests today, but let's start with our shout outs from the last episode. And I'd like to just give a shout out to Tiana Ducati of Tiana Speaks, Mark Levine of Ancient Infusions. You can find them on Facebook, and of course you can always reach out to me to reach out to them at 4astar.com, and that's the number 4astar.com. So welcome, thank you for taking a half hour and spending that with us each month. We air on womenontv.tv. This is Ava's Casual Chat, and we are on the fourth Thursday of every month at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So let's talk about our team behind the scenes. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Evelyn Licona Villanueva, and the reason I say a big shout out to one of our producers, you'll find out in a minute when we talk about our fashion statement, to the Mr. Panting of Mr. Panting Productions. You gonna wave today, Marco? All right, there he is. And we're so excited. I want to give a shout out to Jerry Petito of the Jerry Petito Show, and she knows why as we have our beautiful lighting here today. So thank you so much. We have sponsors for the next couple of shows. Our ongoing sponsor is the Arts Garage in Atlantic City, and you can find them at artsgarageac.com. If you haven't been here to the Arts Garage, you should come. It's really beautiful, isn't it? Right down the end of the expressway, the Atlantic City Expressway, make a right and a left right into the garage. It's actually in a garage, and it's really beautiful. There's artists and artisans from all over, and you can come in here and check out some of the cool things at the Arts Garage. We also have JD's Pub sponsoring our show this month and next month. JD's Pub is in Galloway, and you can find them at JD's Pub Smithville. They're Smithville, Galloway, so it's kind of the same area, but Smithville is also beautiful. If you get a chance to check that out, go visit JD's Pub at jdspubsmithville.com. What's cool about them is this month we're going to talk about Burger Monday and Trivia Wednesday. So on Burger Monday, you can go over to JD's and get any of their signature burgers for $6.99. That's pretty cool, huh? And then on Wednesdays, they have Trivia Night, and they pack the house with that. So visit JD's Pub, visit the Arts Garage, and welcome to Ava's Casual Chat. So, fashion statement. So we had this really interesting opportunity this past week to go to Parris Island, South Carolina, and watch a Marine Corps graduation. So let's talk about, Diane, if you can help me open this a little bit. This is our fashion statement this month, because I think it's pretty cool that we have a local girl, 23 years old, who is now a United States Marine. And it just so happens that it's our own Miss Evelyn Licona Villanueva's daughter. So it's my best friend's daughter and my daughter's best friend. So that was really cool, and so honored to be a part of the ceremonies and all. She's also related to our Mr. Panting, who's Miss India's cousin. So this is India Villanueva, United States Marine, and she's home for 10 days, and then she goes back to Mississippi to do more training as an air traffic controller. So our fashion statement is our military, and we wish all of our troops the best out there. You know, what do they say? It's not over till it's over there. Okay. All right, Miss India, congratulations. We are so proud of you. And yeah, so we'll let that go. And so today I'd like to welcome our guests today, and we are talking charity give back today, which I think kind of ties in nicely with the military and what they do to give back to different communities. But you know that we spoke about Ava's Eye Bags in the past, and how we have 21 different designs, and they're going to give back to 21 different charities. So we have with us today our one of our mascots and one of our charities, and so we're going to talk about Matthew's Heart Quest as I welcome Diane Mativier and Matthew Mativier to Ava's Casual Chat. So Matthew, what can you tell me about Matt's Heart Quest? Can you tell me how your mom explained it to you?
Well, we want to try to raise money for people, like, for example, like hospitals. For
Okay.
Kids in need. And
Good. And how are you doing that? Do you know?
we're trying to make people want to go on our website and donate some money, and then we will donate it to the places. And
Nice.
we're trying to get up to
Our goal, you know, our goal is
Remember?
$1 million donated.
$1 million donate.
So it's $1 million donated over the course of Matthew's lifetime, correct?
Yes.
And I know you have things that you sell for that. So Diane, why don't you fill us in a little more?
I've written some poetry, so I have like 6 poems that we put on customized bookmarks, and those are available, as well as 2 books that I was a co-author in that were Amazon bestsellers, which was really exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. I think it was with Sandra Yancey, right?
Yep, yep.
Oh, nice. She's one
And
of our
one was
brilliant
Powerful
women.
You.
Uh-huh.
Actually, 2 of them are Powerful You books, actually.
Okay.
And so what we do, they're all uplifting, inspiring, just very, very powerful poems. So, and books and messages. So our goal is to have people share those, enjoy those, and by way of doing that and getting something of value that's uplifting, that we also have an added benefit of, we donate 1/3 of all proceeds to various organizations that Matthew selects
That's
of who he
amazing.
wants to help. So we send a letter in his name saying,
Mhm.
thank you, please accept this donation.
Do you
from
have any in
Mass
mind?
Heart Quest.
Have any?
I have a few in mind.
Yeah, which one?
To Navy, Marines, Air Force, and the Army.
So our military, which ties in. That was perfect, right?
And to
kid got a great heart.
hospitals,
Yeah.
to poor people,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was it I had.
That's the first ones you're getting
Yeah,
started with.
We've done things where, like, you know, he wanted to help his friends when we first started some of this. So, you know, he donated to the classroom in the 2nd grade class. So he bought readers for the summer for all the kids in both
Yeah.
classes.
Wow.
That was just one of our first.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
we want to. It's a legacy of love, and so it's a couple ways. One is I'd like Matthew to then teach that to his children and continue this on
Continue
and
the
have
legacy.
it become a real great generational giving thing.
How did the kids like that when you donated the readers? Was that kind of cool?
Literally, they were like really happy.
Were they surprised?
They were surprised and they were thanking me so much.
Yeah. How old are you, Matthew?
10.
10 years old.
I
Is that
just-
awesome? He's awesome.
I just turned 10 in like 4 months ago.
Awesome. So how did you get started with Matthew's Heart Quest? What was the thing that kind of said, you know, this is something I really need to do?
Well, basically what happened was I started noticing when certain major things were happening in my life, I started to write poetry, and I'd never done that before. So once I got it down on paper, I just kind of took on a life of its own, and I wanted to get them printed. I wanted to make something really beautiful out of them. And then I realized, okay, now what can I do with it to actually make it bigger? It wasn't just about the writing, it was about getting the message out and inspiring other people. So I realized after having Matthew, that was really one of my most wonderful accomplishments in my life of having
Gift,
him.
really, right?
Gift,
Mhm.
absolutely. Gift, really, more so than anything else. So I realized, you know, how can I, you know, make this be something bigger than all of us and have it
Right,
give back?
right.
And of course, my love for him made me realize, you know what, I want to teach him the power of giving and paying it forward and selflessness, basically.
Right.
You know, because that's a powerful gift to give to a child at a young age, and then to have him hopefully have it kind of expand among some
And
of
that's
his
what I want to
peers.
do with the bags too. When I started going out and meeting the different charities, I realized it was so much bigger than me. When I went to I Hope New York, it's a shaken baby syndrome, and while we were visiting the school, we had 5 parents come in with their kids, and these kids can't walk, can't, you know, do anything really for themselves, and it was very humbling in talking with them, and so I can relate to that when you're saying that. So, what are some of the things that you do to get the message out there, other than a website? Do you have a website you can share
We
with
do
us?
have a website. It's www.mattshheartquest.com.
Matt's, wait, say it slower so everybody can get it.
Heart Quest.
So it's M-A-T-T?
S.
M-A-T-T-S, mattsheartquest.com. Cool.
It also can get there through diane'sinspiredthings.com, which was the original link before we created
So you can still
that.
go through
Yeah.
both of them. Okay, so we'll rattle
Yeah.
that off again at the end. Matthew, you have more you want to say, or would you like to go help Mr. Panting with video?
Well, like I know I figured out another one that would say like to churches that help out with like
Food, like for them to feed
food,
people.
like for food, and like for be able to have things for like church plays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's-
that's really it I have.
That's pretty cool. How do you feel about that? Feel good?
Yeah, and we want to try to make people inspired to go on our website to help.
Okay.
donate.
Well, you're welcome to sit here with us, or you're welcome to go help Mr. Panting, whatever you like. All right. Thank you so much for being here. He's so great. I love it. I love
One
it.
thing too, that I think I neglected to mention is that we're looking to partner, like we're partnering with you, with the bags, and that we can just help them give an outside the box way of raising funds, which is not going to be a lot of work on their part,
Right.
you know.
Well, I
and
think it's nice
this-
because I can hook you up with the other charities
Yeah.
that we're talking about. One of them I want to talk about is Let Us Eat, Please. And I love this group. They're local here to Atlantic City, and what they do is they fund the school lunches. So the kids that get reduced lunches and free lunches, when they leave school in the summertime, how do they eat?
Right.
So they fund food programs for them during the summer so that
Oh.
these kids can eat all year long. So they're also one of our charities that we like. And we are also working with the New Jersey Community Food Bank. So one of my ideas is that the bag called Why is going to have, like, when you open up the bag, you get a gift inside, you get a positive message. You know that, right? So when you open up the bag, I want someone to get a meal out of it. I want there to be a gift card in there for a meal, and I want that to relate to a meal. So we're working with a lot of things. I don't think that all of this is going to come to fruition until next year, this part of it, even though we're in the launch mode right now. But we've got a lot of things working behind the scenes. So we don't have bags with us today because we're talking other things today, more at the charity end and stuff like that. But you can visit us at Ava's iBags, and that's bags with a Z, avasibags.com, and learn a little bit more about what we're doing. But I know that you're really into like kind of the spiritual thing that happens, and I think it's really cool because when Miss India went into the Marines, she made a post on Facebook about she tried out several different things, and she just didn't feel like felt like home to her. And when she got there, they had two companies of the graduating class. They were Company I and Company N, and they represented them as India November. And her name is India, and her birthday's in November. So how weird is that?
Wow.
So I know that you, through our good friend who passed, Sean Stevenson, got some inspiration from that. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how that kind of inspired you?
Well, I will tell you, my spiritual path has grown tremendously, and Sean really was the spark for a lot of that. Just opening my eyes to certain things, and then being surrounded by other people, and just doing some learning, and things were just kind of coming to me. I'm very moved by signs and things
Yeah,
of that
me too.
nature. So I know that when, I'm just a big believer that when something is happening, there's a reason for it happening, and the timing is always perfectly timed.
Timing is just, I
Even
find it
if
to
I
be
don't
amazing.
understand why
Right.
or how, I mean, I
Right.
can look back shortly
Well, that's the big
thereafter.
question.
Yeah.
We don't know why. We just
Yeah.
know that it is.
It is, and, and learning how to accept it and trust it, and knowing that there's a reason for each step that's going on. And I will tell you that with those poems that I had written, each one was a very significant event going on in my life at the time that prompted the writing of the poem. So it's very powerful, it's very positive, it's very uplifting, but it's also something where I felt it had to be documented somehow. It had to be put down. I couldn't not write it down. So
I remember
feel like
when
I'm
you
kind
first
of led
started.
to it.
Yeah, when you
know?
first started, you were talking to us at one of the conferences about the poetry and some of the poetry, and even shared a little bit of some of the poetry with us. So it's really exciting with all of that. And so, what are you looking for Matt's Heart Quest to go into like schools and speak about it, or not necessarily so?
I would love to have opportunity to speak anywhere. I think
Okay.
schools is a great place, just because it's a lot of children, and I love the message, how powerful that is of having a child leading children to think about people outside of themselves, which is hard to do for young kids, But I think it's just great. The the giving, I think, is going to be bring a lot of good stuff to the person giving, and just make them feel good about what they're doing and give them a sense of empowerment and accomplishment. But I would like to have speaking opportunities. I really would love to see this go global, where we're speaking internationally and sharing it and helping places globally to fund good causes that just need help to get moving
Well, I
along.
think that's cool. That's what I want to do with the bags. So I think it's so great that we've partnered up in that way, because we're going to be able to help each other in that. In fact, I'm going to put you in touch with one of our other hosts, Felicia Reed, who does Females Without Fear. So I think that we'll get you hooked up with her, and I know she'll be thrilled. Hi, Felicia. She'll be thrilled to have you, come on her show
That'd be
as
great.
well. So
I also see this too as like an opportunity to, how it will come together, I don't know, or I don't need to know that, but to be an alternative fundraising source for
Right.
good causes, like the schools that have something other than, the stuff that's normally coming home, that's got some not nutritional, but that's got spiritual value.
Spiritual
it's got,
value, yeah.
Value that is long lasting, and it's not just, you bake cookies and they're gone. You have a bookmark that you'll remember every time you see it. Oh, I got this from the school, and I'm supporting the school, and I think
And I
it's
like the
important
fact that
to do
it's, aside from you being involved, it's child inspired. So it's like, it's different. And I know Marco's big thing is Teens with Dreams and things that are going on with the youth today and how they're getting involved in the giving back. And I think it's so important as we move ourselves forward. So tell me the website again where they can go.
It's mattsheartquest.com.
And the other part of it is
It's diane'sinspiredthings.com. There's
Okay.
two different ways they can get to it.
okay. So now when you go to that website, can you purchase like the bookmarks, the
You can
whatever?
purchase the books, the bookmarks. There's other programs through my day-to-day work
Yeah, we'll
that
talk
are
about
there.
that too. And
And I'm looking to maybe do some merchandising that offer some different things, more fun things that, be
And are you
easy.
updating, like, do you post there, like, what charities you're working with, or, where you're giving back to? Or, I mean, nice to put something on there about the readers if you don't have it already, that
Right.
you donated.
It's in process right now. We do have a Facebook page.
Okay, is that also Matt's Heart Quest?
Yeah, it's just Matt's Heart Quest, the Facebook link, Matt's Heart, just Matt's Heart Quest.
Yeah, you can search it on Facebook, Matt's
Yes,
Heart Quest.
yeah.
Yeah, good,
So
good.
we have things on there, and we haven't really officially launched, which is why
Okay.
some things haven't really actually been.
Yeah, no, I know, that's why I
finalized,
wanted to get it out there
But
so we
yeah.
could start talking about it. And I know you're very close to having things launched, but that's the same thing with the bags, because we probably won't have the charitable give back part ready until next year. Although we are working with the charities that we like, and like for Kisses for Kyle, they're out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we donated a bag to one of their big fundraisers. And they work a lot with the Phillies, so it's so nice to be connected with Sharon Snyder. We'll give a shout out to Kisses for Kyle. They also have a Facebook page, and they provide, like, if you've been touched with cancer in any way, especially on the children end. Let's say your medical bills are so high that you can't pay the gas bill that month, or your washing machine breaks. They would go and buy the washing machine for you, or pay that gas bill or something. So that's how Kisses for Kyle works. And unfortunately, Sharon lost Kyle when he was Matt's age. So so she's very involved in Kisses for Kyle, great organization, and that's another place I can hook you up with, because they do a lot of big fundraising, and it might be nice to just add your bookmarks, books, things, to part of what they're doing. So we're going to have to make all of that happen, and this is a great way by coming on Women on TV. So I'm really happy that you made the trek out here to be on the show. Tell me a little bit about what else you do. I know you have some other
Real
things.
quick before we get into that, I just want to let you know that the whole child connection is huge for me. So anything related to children and supporting children, or the families of children who are struggling, is really our mission, is to be linking with other children-based type of charities, to help, because that way I feel like we can be helping more by having people already have certain things set in place. They say, hey, we like what this is doing. So I'd love to talk to you more about different ones that
And
are out
Diane
there,
and
because I
Matthew
think that would be
you
great.
might even be a good fit for like a secondary guest on Marco's show, Teens with Dreams.
Okay.
So even though you're older than a teen and Matthew's younger than a teen, you could be like a secondary guest, because that's kind of cool what you're doing and how that's inspiring to the teens, to the 20s, to the next level of, what people are doing to give back.
I'm trying to be on every single level, and
Yeah.
from grade school, and I have some children's books I've written, and I haven't gotten them published yet, but it's like a younger age, so I would like to be able to cover all different areas, so that way there's something of interest that can help,
Well, this is the important part, the laying of the foundation,
Yeah.
and that's where we are now. After 3 years of working with the bags, we're finally at a place where you can order them on demand. Yet there's still a lot of behind-the-scenes things that are going on to put all the other things in place to take it to that next level where you
Right.
want to take Matt's Heart Quest. So I think that's really amazing, and I love that whole idea of donating $1 million over his lifetime. That's awesome. And I guess you have a way you're going to track that and
Yeah.
post it and all. I'm excited to.
Yeah, we have one of those big, one of those big thermometers,
Yeah, uh-huh.
we can do that. That's one, I think, a fun way, visual to do that. And also, just starting to get a lot more out, just being out there, and if, say you have a fundraiser that you're doing, be involved, be out there supporting it. And what we usually do is I'll bring the stuff out, and whatever proceeds, we just give a third of
And
it
I
to.
do believe we have selected bags that have your books and your
Yeah.
bookmarks, and so you might get lucky enough to get one of her
It's good
Diane's
stuff.
inspired things.
It's good
And-
stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I love it. I love it. So tell me a little bit about the day job.
I am a financial advisor by trade. I've been doing it for over 20 years now. My goal is really to inspire women and children financially. So that had a lot to do with the transition of involving money and generation and legacy gifting, and teaching Matthew how money can be a gift to other people, as well as taking care of yourself. So I run an engaging women's wealth practice where I basically help women become more of the conversation about money and taking the fear out of the finances.
And I still think in today's day and age, as far as women have come, there is still a lot to learn, because there are many women that are out there not in that world and not knowing, they find themselves in that world by divorce or by, whatever else happens, and then they don't know what to do. So it's really important, and I think as we inspire the youth and inspire women, we inspire everybody. Because I honestly believe that, I know with this show, it's women on TV, it's content created for women, by women, yet we have men hosts, and we have men that come on the show as guests. And so it kind of not only lifts women, but it lifts men too. So there's still that kind of unbalanced scale. And I think that there's a lot of women out there that are trying to help balance that scale, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that it's an intimidating subject, and it can be a painful subject depending upon the situation.
Right.
And I just let people know I am a warm guiding hand along the way to help them engage in the conversation and to really look at what needs to be looked at, and then support them and say, hey, this is how we can help you get to complete A, B, and C, or to reach certain goals that you may have.
And now if somebody wanted to get in touch with you to just discuss that, how would they do that?
Email, my number is 856-543-4272. My email is diane@inspiringwomenfinancially.com. I also have a website, inspiringwomenfinancially.com, that has different tools and tips and things on there that you can look at. I would welcome a conversation. It's a simple conversation.
And
It's
are
an
you
investment
limited to, we're in South Jersey, but this show goes out all over the country. So are you limited to, out of the area? Can they talk to you by phone?
I talk to people by phone. If you're local, we could do a face-to-face. If you are I have clients out of the state. I have multiple states that I work with. It's a phone call. I think it's a worthwhile time to invest in yourself, to have the conversation. At the end of the conversation, I'll know how I can be of service and of value to you. And based upon that, we'll determine the next steps that we would take together.
So rattle off your phone number just a little bit slower again, so people know how to reach you.
856 543-4272. That's my office number.
Great.
And I'm available to give a call and just say, hey, I have a couple questions, and I'm happy to help. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome. So tell me, before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about what your next step is for Matt's Heart Quest.
Next step is I want to do a formal launch where we just really introduce it.
Yeah, you spoke to me
locally.
about that. So
Yes.
we want to get involved.
Really
in
want
doing
to
it.
just get that out there and really start letting it take some
I'm
traction.
thinking maybe we can pull in a couple of these charitable organizations that we like and do that as part of the launch and have them come in, have the bags there, have, Matt's
Yeah.
Heart Quest with Matthew and everything. And Matthew's going to be one of our mascots for the
Yes.
bags too, because it's mostly inspiring for women, yet we're also going to do a man's bag at some point. And like I said, when you inspire one, you inspire all. So
And when you honestly, whether it's the woman or the man, especially with what I do, it's going to have an effect on the children. Because if you feel
Sure.
comfortable and confident about how you're handling your money, then you will feel more confident in teaching that to your child, and you're putting them in a much better position going into the world of college and credit card and starting off on your own. So I just think it's important to have that.
And where are you actually located? Do you have an office out where
Yes,
you are?
I am. I'm in Cinnaminson, New Jersey. I work out of my home, so I really would see people typically at their homes or their place of business or an exterior place. But I do have a conference facility available at where I am too, which is great.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So thank you so much for taking
you
the
for
time
having me.
to come out to Ava's Casual Chat. It's really inspiring to have you here. As I'm spitting all over you, it's really inspiring to have you here, and it has been an inspiring week between going down to Paris Island and seeing all of that. It was quite emotional, and then having it spill over into this, which I think is pretty awesome. So thank you again, Diane. Thank you, Matthew. And once again, I'm going to give a shout out to the Arts Garage AC. It's artsgarageac.com. Come on, sit in. Thank you so much for being here. And JD's Pub, jdspubsmithville.com. Diane's Inspired Things, Matthew's Heart Quest, and this is Diane Mativier, Matthew Mativier. I'm Ava Holly, and thank you for taking a half hour out of your day to join us on Ava's Casual Chat. We'll see you next time.